A new powerhouse has emerged in TVN's weekend drama lineup. Typhoon Company, starring Lee Jun-ho and Kim Min-ha, has announced its grand arrival by debuting at #1 in its time slot. What's particularly interesting is the story behind how Lee Jun-ho inherited the throne of TVN's Saturday-Sunday dramas. The star of the previous drama that held the top spot was none other than Im Yoon-oh. The two had previously captivated audiences with their fantastic chemistry as partners in the mega-hit romantic comedy, King the Land. This fitting passing of the torch has offered another layer of enjoyment for drama fans, further elevating the anticipation for Typhoon Company. Having solidified his position in the romantic comedy genre with the success of King the Land, Lee Jun-ho's choice for his next project was a critical one. While many may have expected another romance from him after a considerable hiatus, he returned with the unexpected choice of Typhoon Company. This work is not a sweet romance, but a gripping growth in corporate drama set against the backdrop of the IMF financial crisis in the late 1990s. His choice, as revealed in the first two episodes, appears to be a brilliant one, poised to become an opportunity to prove just how broad and deep his acting spectrum can be. Through the process of transforming from an immature young man into a figure who must bear the fate of a company, Lee Jun-ho is ready to showcase a more mature and profound performance. The drama's setting, the IMF financial crisis, is a period recorded as one of the deepest wounds and traumas in modern Korean history. In the face of an unprecedented national bankruptcy, countless companies collapsed in a chain reaction. The concept of a lifelong job vanished, and heads of households were forced out of their jobs and onto the streets. This event so completely altered the structure and values of our society that it's often said that Korean society can be divided into pre-IMF and post-IMF eras. The logic of infinite competition and individual survival came to dominate society over stability and solidarity. Typhoon Company unfolds its story right in the middle of this turbulent period, in the heart of despair, posing weighty questions to its audience. The story begins with Kang Tae-pong, played by Lee Jun-ho, the son of Typhoon Company's CEO, Kang Jin-young, played by Sung Dong-il. He is a member of the so-called Orange Tribe, a term for the affluent youth of that era, enjoying a carefree university life backed by his father's wealth. However, the harsh winds of the IMF crisis sweep away even his tranquil existence. When his father, Kang Jin-young, is unable to honor a promissory note, he collapses from overwork and ultimately passes away, plunging Typhoon Company into a crisis of survival overnight. His father's sudden death serves as a tragic signal, heralding the beginning of the cold, harsh reality that Kang Tae-pong must now face. There is no time to grieve at his father's funeral as it descends into chaos. Creditors storm the service to collect on their promissory notes, grabbing people by the collar. For the first time, Kang Tae-pong is forced to confront the rock bottom of life. The company is left adrift without its leader, and debt collection calls flood his home, causing his world to crumble. The immature young master who had never known hardship is suddenly burdened with the heavy cross of his family's and company's fate. The internal turmoil and despair Kang Tae-pong experiences in this process resonate deeply with viewers, intertwined with the pain of the era. Typhoon Company, the central stage of the drama, is depicted as a small and medium-sized enterprise SME. During the IMF crisis, even well-established large corporations were collapsing helplessly. Therefore, the setup of an SME that fails to honor its notes and loses its CEO suddenly, yet manages to avoid immediate bankruptcy, might be seen as a bit of dramatic license, especially given the nature of an SME where the CEO likely handled all major decisions in sales. The fact that the company continues to function in the leader's absence does raise minor questions for the audience. However, this serves as a dramatic device for the protagonist Kang Tae-pong's growth, amplifying the curiosity about how he will navigate this crisis. Alongside Kang Tae-pong is another crucial character, Oh Mi-seon, played by Kim Min-ha. As an accounting clerk at Typhoon Company, she is a sharp and meticulous individual who allows no room for error when it comes to numbers. She becomes the mentor and partner whom Kang Tae-pong, who knows nothing about the company's affairs, solely relies on to learn about the reality he faces. Oh Mi-seon is also another victim of the era, having had to give up her dream of attending university due to the IMF crisis. Her presence adds a layer of realism and depth to the drama. How these two individuals, each with their own scars, will collaborate to rebuild the collapsed company, and the evolution of their relationship are key points to watch. Another virtue of Typhoon Company is its meticulous attention to historical accuracy. The production team invested significant effort to faithfully recreate the late 1990s on screen. From the poster design, reminiscent of the blue screen and white text DOS operating system, to the depiction of office life, where most work was done in handwritten ledgers rather than on computers, every minor detail stimulates the nostalgia of that time. This faithful recreation offers a sense of wistful memory for the generation that lived through it, and provides a fresh and interesting spectacle for younger generations, maximizing immersion in the drama. Kang Tai-pung has no time to mourn his father's absence as he dives into the fight to save the company. However, the drama foregoes the cliched succession narrative where he immediately takes over as CEO. Instead, it opts for a modern growth story where, knowing nothing about the business, he joins as an entry-level employee to learn everything from the ground up. This is a crucial setup that shows his determination to become a leader who proves his worth through skill rather than an unprepared one. While the practical question of who handles final approvals in the CEO's absence remains, it is expected to be addressed convincingly as Kang Tae-pung and Oh Mi-seon work together to rebuild the company. The Kang Tae-pung who dyed his hair orange and acted like a delinquent transforms into a completely different person by the end of the second episode. Dressed smartly in a suit for his first day at work, he demonstrates his resourcefulness by successfully closing an important deal on his very first assignment, signaling his promising future. Buoyed by this dramatic transformation, the first episode's viewership rating hit 5.9%, setting a new record for the highest premiere rating for a TVN weekend drama. Furthermore, with lead actress Kim Min-ha personally participating in the drama's OST, the exceptional passion of the cast and crew for the project raises expectations for future ratings. The future of Typhoon Company, a story of hope blooming in an age of despair, is one to watch closely.